look, living here now for 5 years, it feels like home. Santa Barbara feels like home. Brought up both of our kids in Santa Barbara. I think left the UK when my son Archie was about 6 months old, and Lily, my daughter, was born here. What do I miss the most? Being British, maybe I'm not going to say the weather, but I don't know. I think, look, there's lots of little bits and pieces that I miss. I guess the countryside is a big piece to that, and one of the reasons why we live in Santa Barbara. I'm not really a city person. I like to be out in space with a big sky above me. But no, you know what? Life takes extraordinary turns, and we are, as a family, we're so happy here. The US provides so much opportunity, and also a safe space for us, which has been great.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Star Spotlight Channel. Before we dive into today's topic, I just want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you who have subscribed, liked, and commented. Your support really means the world to me, and I appreciate you taking the time to engage with the content. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the conversation. Now, let's get into it. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have been through a lot, and what we're seeing now is a clear picture of how the UK, and more specifically, the royal family, treated them harshly, despite all the sacrifices and compromises they made. At the 2025 Upfront Summit, Harry made it crystal clear that his decision to move to the US was more than just about seeking a new life. It was a direct result of the toxic, harmful, and frankly cruel treatment they received from both the British media and the royal family itself. From the moment Harry and Meghan made their relationship public, the UK press and public opinion turned against them. But what's even more troubling is the role the royal family played in this. Instead of offering support, understanding, and protection, they allowed Harry and Meghan to be torn apart by relentless media attacks. It's not just the press. The royal family, the institution that Harry was born into, failed him at every turn. They didn't stand up for him. And they certainly didn't defend Meghan when the media went on a racist, misogynistic campaign against her. When Harry spoke at the Upfront Summit, it was clear that the UK had become an unbearable place for him and Meghan. "I don't miss the UK, I don't miss the press, I don't miss the treatment, and I don't miss the racism," he said, and that statement said it all. It wasn't just the British media, it was the entire environment in which they were forced to live. The press in the UK hounded them relentlessly, with no consideration for their mental health or well-being. But what made it worse was how little the royal family did to stop it. In fact, they seemed to enable it, creating an even more toxic environment. The royal family, instead of offering support and standing by Harry and Meghan during their most difficult moments, effectively abandoned them. We saw how, in the face of the constant media onslaught, the royal family's response was, at best, passive. At worst, it was a betrayal. When Meghan was struggling with the intense pressure and isolation, especially with the racist attacks from the media, the royal family offered her no real support. Instead, they expected Harry and Meghan to continue living in this toxic environment without any real assistance or defense from the very institution that should have been protecting them. It's heartbreaking to think about how Harry, a man who gave up so much for his country and his family, was treated. His entire life, he had been a loyal servant to the crown, fulfilling his duties with pride and dignity. Yet, when it came time for the royal family to stand by him during his personal struggles, they did not. They didn't protect Meghan from the media's racist vitriol, and they didn't shield Harry from the overwhelming pressure that came from being in the spotlight. Instead of offering their support, they allowed him and his family to endure it alone. This abandonment took a toll on Harry. He had to watch as the media attacked his wife and children, knowing there was no one in his own family who was willing to step in and defend them. The royal family didn't just fail to protect them, they seemed to actively contribute to the environment of toxicity. By remaining silent in the face of Meghan's suffering, they sent a clear message. They were not on their side. Harry's statement about not missing the UK is a reflection of just how damaging that environment was for him and Meghan. The UK was no longer a place where they could feel at home, safe, or respected. It had become a hostile environment, one that they had to escape in order to survive, both mentally and emotionally. And that's why, when they made the decision to leave, it was not just about escaping the press, it was about escaping the institution that had abandoned them. In contrast, the United States has given Harry and Meghan the freedom to live their lives authentically and peacefully. In Santa Barbara, they've found a place where they can raise their children without the constant threat of paparazzi or invasive press coverage. They've found a community that supports them and respects their privacy, and perhaps most importantly, they've found a sense of peace, something that was impossible for them to find in the UK, where the royal family's failure to stand by them created an unbearable situation. Living in the US has allowed Harry and Meghan to focus on what truly matters: raising their children in a healthy, loving environment, working on meaningful charitable initiatives, and finding joy in their personal lives without the weight of constant public scrutiny. It's clear that they've found their place, and for that, I think we should all be happy for them. They've taken control of their lives, broken free from the shackles of the toxic UK environment, and created a future full of peace, love, and freedom. I truly believe that when Harry and Meghan are happy, we should all celebrate that. They've overcome so much, and now they're living a life that aligns with their values and brings them happiness. It's refreshing to see them thriving in a place that truly allows them to flourish. Before I wrap up, I just want to thank all of you once again for your incredible support. Your comments, likes, and subscriptions are what make this channel so great, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the latest content on Harry and Meghan. Please like, comment, and share. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Let's continue to support Harry and Meghan as they live their best lives in the US and create the happiness they truly deserve.